It just dawned on me that I didn't start live streaming on YouTube yet. So, yeah. Now YouTube can see me. I mean, you can see all the, when it gets uploaded, you can see the fact that things had been happening. I suck at life. And that's just the gospel truth. So we are, let me see. Are we on YouTube yet? Yeah, there we go. We're on YouTube now. Pardon me. So as I was saying, we've got MVP Luna here. Cannot see her. I care more about being able to see her than seeing me, because I said MVP. I say, and then my arms are gonna block. Oh, there she is. Look at the cutie. Yeah. So welcome to the art stream. We are officially working on I am officially working on the murder shots. Holy fucking shit, it's a murder goth. Alright, I don't think I'm going to need any separate layers per se for the actual art part, so it's very important to me that Shay gets to have her Greek features. And the only Greek feature I know about on the top of my head is that bump. So let's see, what should I talk about today? Oh, so I got a brilliant new game idea, a dating sim game for my transgendered characters. And it's partially just a joke, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'd actually make that. So, yeah, okay. Basically, make sure you're on mute. There we go. You should be mute. Basically, what the idea is that, well, it would be called C.S.R. Transit, because I'm a wordplay meme little shit. And your character doesn't technically have to be trans, but it's kind of implied that you probably are. And you get to name your character whatever you want. And you get to set your pronouns. So I will have the default thing, so you can say he, him, they, them, she, her, etc. Or what you could do, and what I'm thinking I'll implement, is a way so that you could say, put in custom ones. So if you like Z-Z-R or whatever, so I'll have it so like, okay, so what is your he, she, they word? And then you type it in. What is your him, her, there, his, her, there, he, him, his, she, her, hers. That does bother me a bit. Her, hers, and then he, his. It's like, what? Lazy. I'm calling you out as lazy, whoever came up with pronouns. I personally am not a fan of the they, ze, them, whatnot pronouns. I'm actually not even crazy about they, them, but it's more because I don't have a choice. But I guess my issues with they, zer, and they, them, or zer, I don't know them personally very well. But if people use them, I will be respectful of them. But I'm just saying I don't think I would ever use them myself. But my problems with them is because they do kind of have a gender to them, a bit gendered in the sense like zer, her, as opposed to like zim, him. I don't know. It kind of already has like a feminine lean to it in a sense. kind of like that. I've seen this joke a few times, and it's, tips fedora, my they'dy. And well, haha, they're using they, them pronouns because it's a non-binary person. But at the same time, it still kind of has that gendered lady part. Lady. But no, I am aware that her gloves are too high up on her. Unless she like really pulled them up or something, they should be a little lower like this. So yeah, you'd be able to implement whatever pronouns you'd like. In fact, if you wanted to, I probably would do this just for shits and giggles. I would probably put my him part as like him, and then like have like they. So people call me they, but they say his and something like that, you know? So I'd have both kind of pronouns. Because I kind of do switch between they, them, and he, him. Now, my problem with they, them is because it's also got pluralization to it, implied pluralization to it in certain situations. So when I'm talking singularly about myself or about someone with they, them, sorry. Let me see, where was it going? He went to the store. I'm blanking on my example, but basically, I don't know if I should pluralize or singularize the other words in the sentence. It doesn't sound right with they, them, to singularize them, but then there's only one person, so it kind of makes it. I'm blanking on the example. I just sound like I'm like sprouting wool. You trying to bite me? Okay, this is a shoulder. This is a shoulder. This is a kitty. This is a happy kitty. Very happy kitty. Yeah, so you can put in whatever pronouns you want, and the characters in the game won't just be binary trans. They'll be like non-binary characters and even intersex. And all that jazz. So Shay would be in this game. And I had the idea that since I have so many characters, that I divide them not by gender and not by sex, but I would divide them by their story types. So like if they're a fantasy creature or character or whatnot, if they're a historical character, etc. And so you would do a little questionnaire at the beginning, and it would put you basically on. That would be like your first like route decider is this questionnaire. And so it puts you either in a fantasy world or in a timepiece or whatever. The other idea was the reason why there's all these trans people here is that you're at like a convention or a tea camp thing. Because I went to a tea camp thing not so long ago. It was amazing. I'm glad I got to have that experience, and I made some cool friends and blah blah blah. Got some good information. But no, so the other idea is like they're at a your camp or convention for transgendered people, and you just so happen to meet the love of your life. Part of the reason I wouldn't divide it based on gender, even if like, oh, I prefer this or that, is well, go ahead and decide who you're going to fall in love with, by meeting them. You'll be approached by men and women and non-binaries alike. Well, if the non-binaries aren't too scared to approach you. No, I'm kidding, sorry. And your choices is just say, no, I'm not interested. So I'm not going to divide it by, oh, my sexuality is this. No, it's not. It's not going to be divided by sexuality or gender. It's going to be divided by type, I guess you could say. What was actually nice about T Camp, before we actually got to go, they kind of gave us questionnaires and stuff, and then they're like, do you guys have a preference for who you're rooming with? And if so, do you prefer, other trans males or other trans women or other AFABs or AMABs and stuff like that. And I think for the most part, probably almost everyone. I don't know. I didn't ask everyone, but I think most people probably didn't have a preference. So we were just kind of allowed to choose rooms however we wanted. We got there and like, go ahead and pick rooms with whoever. Yeah. So, but to be fair, in that situation too, they kind of had the choice to be like, I don't want to room with this person, so. Someone who went to school with me ended up rooming with me. The only other person that was from my school ended up rooming with me because they wanted, because they were my friend and they also, knew people, wanted to be someone they knew at least, be with a friend. So, yeah, we ended up rooming together, but we were very welcoming to other people. Like when someone walked by, like, hey, do you need a room? We've got space. Hey, we got space. Woo, come, welcome all. This polycule's open. But it was a lot of fun. It was a good experience. So I could just say that for the modern aspect, or for the modern. Oh, wait, one moment. Sleep. Wait. She's got a knife in her throat. There we go. Can be as loud as the hell you want when you're making love. Making love. You can be as loud as the hell you want when you're making love. I think there might be something in your neck there, Maya. You might want to get it removed. So Shay would definitely be an option because she is trans intersex. I never will actually state it in the game, but it is implied. So here's me stating that now. She's a trans woman or intersex person. Rose would be there, but you guys probably don't know Rose. Some of the Illness Called Love characters would be there, probably. I probably won't do all my trans characters, but I'll have a good amount. Oh my god, you just gotta date all the trans characters from that's one universe. It doesn't have any characters except for the Illness Called Love characters. Like, this is just the trans version of Illness Called Love. Like, you say, I want to just date all the trans people from Illness Called Love. Just want to date all the trans yanderes. Maybe if I ever were to actually turn this into a game, because like I said, this is partially a joke still. But if I ever were to go for it, I'd probably take a poll and see what characters people are interested in seeing in the game. Like, I'll probably like release some of the characters and their details, and people like, oh yeah, I want that character in the game, or maybe do a thing where it's like, which kind of trans people would you like to see represented? And I make sure that I have, so that way I can like make sure for sure to have that character or whatnot. So like, okay, people want to see gender fluid love options, so let me have a gender fluid in the game for sure. And people want to see, a trans woman, so for sure maybe have not just a gender fluid. I want to give people options, so I'll have like at least 2 gender fluid options, or something, because I do have more than one gender fluid character and do have more than one of like almost all of them. Bowie would be, oh yeah, that's another one, because people would know about Bowie if they access my games. Bowie would definitely be an option. Little shit that they are. When you are your partner, doing the nasty, you don't behave like you do about like you can be. I know I talk about trans stuff a lot on this stream, but to be fair, this is called Buy Me Tea, as in help me transition. help me with my testosterone. So, to be fair, it is kind of a trans-related art stream. For trans-related issues. Don't leave, Luna. No, you're not allowed to. Come back here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't like hurt her or anything. I just knocked her off balance. Oh, I can tell I'm not really trying to do much of my voice right now in sense of guising it. That's actually, I think it's called Tough Guys. If you ever get a chance, check out a movie called Tough Guys. Pretty good movie on toxic masculinity. Old, but it still kind of holds true. It's always sad when an old movie about a certain issue still kind of like holds true. You're like, well, I was hoping we'd be past this by now. But apparently not. It always gives me such big energy to go shirtless. I'm an anime boy. I don't have nipples. Because anime boys don't have nipples. Can be as loud as the hell you want when you're making love. Making love. You can be as loud as the hell you want when you're making love. Sashay, Bowie. A few of the uncalled love characters. Actually, there is a two-spirit character I have. I don't think I have more than one. One moment. Sorry. Being a bit naughty. Just a little naughty. One moment. Did I not draw the details for her? Yeah, okay. So there's no details for her fishnet, so I have to add that in a moment. That's right. There we go. Yeah, I'd play a dating sim game where I get date my characters that are all trans. Wait a moment. What's going on here? There we go. People call me my correct pronouns. Speaking of, I feel like my hair is probably like constantly covering it, but I don't know. I'm not looking at myself half the time. I'm being so boring. Should I put on some music and get, copyrighted problems, but just copyright, but be worth it because it adds something to my stream other than me being a fudging loser? I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Yeah, so that's where our fishnets would go. I do like her boots. They were a wee bit they're supposed to be a wee bit like cowgirlish or cowboyish. I just realized you never get to see them in like any of the other pics because it's always, you know, torso up for the most part. Their sprites actually are full-bodied sprites, but you know, never see below the waist. So you actually don't know that I've drawn their shoes and stuff like that because their shoes apparently matter. What is going on with me? I feel like I'm really spacey seeming or something. Not saying I am spacey, but I feel like I probably seem really spacey. Pardon the yawn. I think all I need to do is draw the facial expressions now. Yep. I did a total cat thing there. For some reason, like last week, I got so many compliments on my hair when I did it this way. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna use 100. Oh, 325. There you go. Just a teenage dirtbag baby. I don't mean to brag, but I've been told for a very long time, and I can see it, where one of my strong points is my eyes. Or expressions, not eyes, my expressions. I can really convey expressions well with my drawings. Which makes it really hard for me with sprites, because I just want to do so much more to them, and they just don't feel like enough or perfect or anything like that. Although I ended up having moments with the sprites, and this one was just like, her eyes are too far apart and Chucky's eyes are too fucking big, but you know what? I'll live with it because I don't have the patience to perfect it. Come on. Come on. Get it. There we go. Get it in. $100 as he puts me in his tweet. And if I had a black dick, I bet he'd suck it till it's pink. Ha! But I'm not that ratchet. Tell me where the fight is. You know I'm gonna crash it. Hit it up like a star. Yeah, I'm singing Millionaires. What the fuck of it? I'm kidding. I mean, I am singing Millionaires, and I'm not ashamed to be. I want to draw a picture as Shay. Just random ass picture, because I was on this daddy joke thing, and so Shay thing it went. She turns to them and is like, "I'm daddy," I'm like, "I'm daddy," and so Clyde just kind of like a puppy dog props his head on her shoulder, like, "Yes, daddy." Just cause is her eyes open? Yes, her eyes are open. Clyde is a sweet puppy dog. Also, headcanon, Clyde and the rest are all furries, and that's why they have the mask. Not actually disguise their faces. It's just they're just all furries. That's not true, but because my friend pointed something out like that, I was like, okay, now I've got to draw stuff that implies that Clyde's a furry, or like into that kind of thing. So maybe not specifically furryism, but you know, the idea of being a pet or whatnot. And so I drew a thing where Clyde was like, no one pats my head because I'm big and tall, so no one wants to pat my head. And so Shay bends over she bends over because he's sitting down, and she's like, starts patting his head, and is like, Clyde deserves all the head pats because he's a good boy. And then like a total anime moment where he kind of transforms into having like wolf ears and tail and is wagging, and he's all blushing like, oh, I'm good boy, good boy, good boy, kind of thing. Toby's a good boy. And then to follow that up, I drew a thing where Shay ends up getting him a gift, and he opens the gift, and inside the gift is a collar. And he's like, why did you get me a collar? I don't have a dog. And she grabs it and puts it on him and says, because he asked, like, why'd you give me a collar? She goes, because Clyde is a good boy. And then he ends up doing the wolf ear thing again, where he's like blushing and he's like, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. You're like, oh, I found his kink. And Shay turns to the screen and says the name of my friend who pointed out that they were furries, or joked that they were furries. It was like, oh my gosh, so and so was right. Oh no, we're missing a circle. We can make this work. We can make this work. I got this. Yes. There's a certain amount that I always draw in regards to that. Okay, now I purposely make sure the circles aren't perfect. They're kind of supposed to be like a little bit off. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. There we go. I think that's. Yep. Oh, but I didn't draw her stocking. One moment. Let me double check to see which leg her stocking is up on, because my expression. Nope, bases. Yeah, so this leg actually is the side that we can see the stocking. So let me draw on her stocking. Also, let me put my brush at the right size. That's important. There we go. There we go. She's got her stocking on. Ooh. Ooh. So I was listening to Habits by Stay High by Tove or Low Tove. And my Mimi ass brain heard her singing the ooh, ooh, but the way she sings it sounds almost like ooh woo woo, and I felt so bad, but that's all I could hear every time that part happened was woo 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 woo. So I'm just like imagining a really like just imagining a Mimi ass face every time I hear it. We got through that one pretty fast. I have no concept of how long I've been streaming. Like, there's no time frames anywhere unless I were to set up like a stopwatch or timer or something, but there's nothing for me to check on the streaming that I've been doing. It's not even like on YouTube here. There's no way for me to check. So yeah, I have no idea how long I've been. I don't think I've been on terribly long. Kelvin. Oh, I just realized I forgot to give Aiden his freckles and Molly. Oh no. I do have to make sure I do keep an eye on the time though, because I will be getting whisked away by my lovely girlfriend to go spend the weekend with my girlfriends. And by girlfriend, I mean my female romantic partners. Not as in my girlfriend. I absolutely hate that you can call your female friends your girlfriend. But it also means, romantic other. But you can't call your guy friend your boyfriend. It's stupid. I also don't like the term boyfriend, girlfriend in general, just because it sounds so like high school. Yeah, I can get on the case that's so gendered as well, but I don't like the way it sounds. It just sounds so like not serious and stuff like that. And with my ex-fiance, I had this thing where it's like, you can call me your GF, but you can't call me your girlfriend because I'm your gender fluid. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm your gender fluid. You cannot call me your girlfriend. But GF is fine because it's a double entendre. Stay high all the time to keep you off my mind. Woo-hoo. Spend my days locked in a haze, try and forget your face. Go back down. Let's see. My face so bare, I've got no facial hair. And anywhere else in my body, you'll find that it's really rather rare. But I wanna be this ultimate level of social construct masculinity. So I will medicate with tea. Do I know where to go and get my fix? Endocrinologist, the office will help me without getting kicked. I've got the gist, though from back and forth, and analytical treatments can be quite a hefty fee. But I will medicate with tea. Do. It's not that I hate women at all. I'm misogynistic, I'm not trying to be trendy or fashionable. My wants are very natural. I'd try to grow a penis, but my body can't grant my wishes. Found in other ways, no man I wouldn't pay to overdose on Andrew. Right? There we go. Okay. I ended up getting a call there for a second. So I was worried how it was going to affect the recording. Because I'm recording via phone because I don't have another computer to record with my webcam. So I do have a nice webcam. I just can't use it because I can't use my computer to record both my screen and the webcam. At least not with the thing I'm using. Maybe if I try something else, because I did try just like the first option. No. I'm sorry, this is so boring. I guess it's good that nobody's really here, but people can't see it later. It's a major plus. Man, I can't wait for the voice drop. I'm not trying to change your fashionable. I want a very natural life. Try to grow a penis, but my body can't grant my wishes. Found other ways, no man I wouldn't paint over just on under a term or Andreol. When I'm hopped up on primo testing. I'm feeling the gains, and when you asked if I like to have fun, I already am. It's Jello patch or even shots. They even look working on a pill. But my form of medicating improves my mental stating. Sure, they took the steroids, but I'm gonna be a real boy. I don't need a crack, 'cause now I don't wanna die. Being me makes me happy, 'cause my gender's never been a choice. It's my opium, my Xanax, and oh, deep in my voice. I hope you understand my position. Daxium, and even testosterone, keep it. No more need for makeup. He's a real remedy. I will medicate with tea. I have another song of a similar nature, except it's pretty crude. Lots of swearing, and I don't know exactly how if I will get in trouble for swearing on live streams. Are you a boy or a girl? Don't worry about it. You realize you have to be one. Not really. Hey, what's in your pants? Fun. Does this mean that you're trans and a gay? Seriously? Something I just don't understand is why does it matter to you what I am? Why do you want to know what's between my legs? I'm going to censor it. Either way, and no matter what, I could do you anyway. Not that I want to. I am non-binary. I've never sang this song so trippery. I know to you it's quite contrary. You may tell me I don't exist. That don't mean I won't persist to be non-binary. Not a fashion sense or to be trendy. I didn't choose just as much as you. Sorry you can't accept that as true. You shouldn't assume she when I wear a dress. Honey, rockin' cock and panties can be the best. So what if I'm wearing a suit and lipstick? Wait, I don't remember. Makeup and suit can be a mighty fine get-up. I am non-binary. Not looking to start. Wait. No, to you it's quite contrary. You may tell me I don't exist. Don't mean that I won't persist to be non-binary. Not a fashion sense or to be trendy. I know I've missed a line, but no one actually knows that because, this is my own song. I can't remember. And while Animate or Flash is being a butt, And don't tell me to man up unless you're paying for my testosterone. So, while I'm waiting for Animate to stop being weird, you can't see what it's doing, but I can. Yeah, you can't see that loading thing is there. You can't even see that I clicked and dragged it. Oh, there we go. Now it's processing. Don't tell me to man up unless you're paying for my testosterone. It's not cheap, you see, and personally, I don't have time for toxic masculinity. Don't tell them to man up. They've got enough problems on their own. It's bullshit and wrong. Implies must be stupid and strong. Well, why does being human to be so? Why does being human be seen as so wrong? You. You know what I need? I need like all the sweeps in the world. My attempt at drawing a bear trap, though. I didn't draw the middle on the other side. There's just the clamp on one side. I gotta make sure I draw in clamp on the other side. There you go. Yep, yep. So I'm not gonna say if any of them live or die in any of the endings where they don't talk about it. And I'm not gonna say how they live or die. You just know how they die canonically if Shay's the one that kills them. Don't tell them to man up. It's got enough problems on their own. If I were to do, I know no one watches these, but I'm acting like people do. If I were to do that trans dating sim game, what would you guys want to see represented? What kind of trans people or binaries do you want? Because obviously I'm definitely going to have, trans femme and trans mass. So actual binary trans females and trans males or whatever. But do you guys want to see gender fluids? Do you want to see... Do you want to see gender fluids? Lifts up something. Shows off body parts and starts to leak on people. This is going to be so inappropriate, but I found on one adult store there was these different kind of butt plugs, and they had the pride flags on them. They didn't have all the pride flags, but they had a select few, and oddly enough, they had the gender fluid flag, but it was labeled as fluid plug. This is either very accurate or very inaccurate. Or inappropriate. This can be considered very appropriate or very inappropriate. No, it was hilarious discovery. Also, and speaking of sex toys, there's a store that sells toys that are religious based. So you literally can get to buy Jesus. Oh. My video just went down for some reason. Let's see if I can still get that back on. I don't know what happened there, but that happened. My phone, I guess, just kind of crashed. Oops, that was an accident. There we go. And there's my face. It's back. I wonder what happened there. I think originally when I first ever designed her outfit, because I hadn't decided she was like in Texas or anything yet, I think I had originally designed them to kind of be like witchy boots, and then I decided I want to kind of go a little cowgirl with them, just a little bit of a cowboy look. I need to draw. I didn't draw like a full on design, but I did draw her in it. But I need to draw Shay as a cowgirl, a goth cowgirl specifically, because she's goth, so you gotta keep her goth. But I want to draw her in a cowgirl outfit. Like actually design it, and when someone's like, you gotta make sure there's rope, you know, like, you gotta do something with her lasso, and I'm like, her lasso is gonna be a noose. And then I had a follow-up joke to that where it's like, someone's like, hand me your lasso, and she hands them the noose, and like, this isn't a lasso, this is a noose. And she's like, oh, sorry, my bad, and she hands them something new, and it's bondage rope. And they immediately are like, should we kink shame you right now? So I have actually been coloring these images off screen. Not obviously while I'm doing this, but usually after I've done the live streams, I'll go and I'll color whatever I drew during the live streams. So just so you know that the pictures aren't 100%, black and white in the game like they were in the early access. My burps taste like tuna. Not that you all needed to know that, but now you do. Okay, the worst part about this image, have you guys ever watched that video where it's like the guy reading the different like Yahoo ask for people asking about pregnancies? And like, did you get purgante? And he's like pronouncing it the way they're spelling it too. So he's not pronouncing it correctly because no one can spell correctly. But on top of the fact that a lot of these are really freaking bizarre or hilarious and stuff. But yeah, so someone had done an animation of it with Rose Quartz from Steven Universe, and she's basically saying all these weird purgant and pregnant and gregnant and stuff. And at one point they were like, did you woman ever feel purgant when you were carrying or whatever? And so just this face that Shay's making makes me think of that, where she's like, did you feel this way? F for respects. Actually, wait a minute. Did I remember? Oh, look who's back. Come up here. The stream would not be the same without a Luna on my lap. I'm not trying to do that. And Luna's stuck. This is the MVP of the stream. The stream can only be blessed if Luna is here. And if Luna's not here, the stream is a complete train wreck. People come and harass me, and terrible things happen. I don't mind people not being here. She protects me though from people that are going to harass me. You need to get your nails out of my leg though, honey. I just cut these the other day. How are they already that sharp again? Blanket over my leg because you keep putting your claws there. Darling, sweetie, smoochums. You found the one spot of skin that's on my pants and put your claws into them. I love you, Luna, but no. So I believe I started like maybe 1:30 or so. So I guess this has been like the hour mark. Like I said, I have no way of telling how long I've been streaming right now. Because I'm the idiot that didn't start a timer or a stopwatch or anything like that. I'm not nice to myself. But I don't let other people like to talk, so I'm a hypocrite. There's me ragging on myself about ragging on myself. Point in case, or case in point. I actually don't know which direction that saying goes. I haven't shaved since November. Mid-November? Late November? I haven't shaved since shortly before winter. But I do plan on shaving again eventually. To be honest, I don't find hair very attractive, body hair very attractive myself, but until my masculine features really do start to show, I kind of have this, and I know I shouldn't want to pass, I shouldn't feel obligated and whatnot, but right now, until some of my features are a lot more masculine, I'm holding on to what is seen as masculine. No one said Siri. Never felt less alone than I do right now. Never felt like more out of the closet. And only thing that was worse than ever coming out was a thought that to get back in it. And I'll never pass. Not that I should want to anyway. Spend most of my life like a doll on the shelf, pagely taken down to be passed around. Told my whole damn life how to be a man. Fit a mold, how to be a girl. Fit a mold, shave that hair, tell you what to wear. I don't want to spend the rest of the life I have trying to fit in a box even smaller. It's not the only difference I find is that it's painted blue. It's not the color I don't like, it's the obligation. And I don't have an obligation to anyone but myself. So I guess I'll never pass. feels more like hiding than being who I am. And I'll guess I'll never pass. I'd rather live my life visibly trans, and I'll never pass. Not that I should want to anyway. Never felt more less alone than I do right now. Never felt more out of the closet, and the only thought that was scary than never coming out was a thought that to get back in it, and I'll never pass. I'll never pass. I'll never pass. Not that I should want to anyway. I never wanted to be a princess, but I might have asked to braid my hair. I never asked my mom to buy me stuff on the TV marketed towards girls. I never wanted to wear her dress, and I was never obsessed with the color pink or sparkly things, unicorns, maybe pharaoh wings. Gender never really meant that much to me. So people started telling me how I'm supposed to be. So the people I love started to say, girls don't talk that way. Girls don't dress that way. Girls don't act that way. See, the main problem of gender is that I'm not even sure whether I know what I mean when I say I'm not a girl, because I feel that way. 'Cause boys can wear dresses and makeup, anyone can wear whatever they want. Girls can have short hair and muscles, and that's where I run into trouble. 'Cause if I use he them pronouns, then what does that mean? Am I reinforcing a gender binary that I don't believe in, that I don't adhere to? I say I'm not a woman, but what's that supposed to tell you? Gender doesn't tell you a damn thing about me. Doesn't tell you what I like, doesn't tell you what I like, how I talk, or doesn't tell you how I speak. And I messed that up. The people you love, they don't love you. Say, like, tell you how I speak. People you love don't love you if they say girls don't act that way, talk that way. Girls don't dress that way. Girls don't act that way. And I think that's time that time our culture moved past this fucked up notion that the way we act is dictated by birth, or that we have to choose. It's enforced binary, the way we lose. So do what you want and dress how you feel. Don't let anyone tell you that gender is real. It's useless and hurtful and stifling. Wait, it's useless. It's useless, oppressive, and boring, hurtful, and worthless, and stifling. I think it's time that we put it in its place. So come on, everybody, let's put gender in an early grave. I never again want to hear anyone say girls don't act that way. Boys don't act that way. Girls don't act that way. Girls don't act that way. Make sure it's all. Oh. Oh, Shay's missing part of her shoulder, so that's kind of important. Part of her shoulder. She's missing a good amount of her shoulder. She's missing her shoulder, period. There we go. That's a good way to put it. There you go. Shay now has a shoulder. I mean, we'd love her all the same, even if she didn't have a shoulder, but I think she'd like to have a shoulder. No, it should be bigger. Maybe that's too big. It's useless, oppressively boring, worthless and hopeless, and stifling. I think it's time that we put gender in its place. Come on, be grave. Yeah, I gotta go back and add freckles onto Aiden and Molly's sprites. I always forget. I almost always forgot Suki's freckles whenever I was drawing those goddamn pictures of her. So I haven't made this official announcement yet. And I guess this isn't like my official announcement, but there's a very big possibility that the Illness Cod Love 1.0, specifically just 1.0, not the Illness Cod Love in general, might not ever be completed. And still a might. But there was just some problems with a hard drive and losing the files and everything I had. In general. Everything I have in general, but especially in regards to Almost Called Love. So yeah. Unfortunately, that's the thing. I did my best to try, like, having everyone have a different reaction to being murdered. Maya, for example, she kind of was already bound, so she couldn't do too much in her state, and is allegedly drugged and whatnot. Well, Aiden's like fighting back, like shoving up against Shay to get her away, and then Molly is just so fucking terrified she just froze out of fear. That and the fact that it's kind of like she's already experiencing like these hopeless feelings and stuff. So, and feelings of regret and remorse. So she kind of is like almost like feeling like she deserves it to a certain extent. I won't tell you what happens in any of the endings. If you choose to murder people, you're gonna have to find that out for yourself by playing the game. Because the murder stuff is completely new content. That's not in the early access right now. So these are the first time the public's being able to see these pictures of Shay being a murdery bastard. Well, It's a matter of perspective, really. Because it's also kind of vengeful. So if you think these kids deserve it, then maybe you wouldn't consider Shay being, in the wrong per se. I mean, murder is kind of escalating, but she did feel very threatened in her life with these kids. Scared and terrified, and I say this and she's smiling in this picture. So, I mean, you can validate my argument there. Being like, well, she's fucking enjoying it, so that's what makes her bad. The one thing is she did it, and, but you don't know how she feels after the fact. Not until you play the game. Have I sold you on playing the game yet? So all the prom dresses actually are based off of real dresses I looked up. Ew. They weren't just random designs I came up with. I do that a lot in these games where I actually will look up, or in my stories in general and stuff, where I actually won't make up my own fashion half the time. I actually will use real clothes and fashion because I want to be accurate. That was a little stifling to me to see that they had like freaking like belly-less, backless, whatever, full-on backless prom dresses like Maya's, and I was like, okay, apparently you can get away with that at prom. So fun fact, Shay's hair may be black for the most part, but she actually dyes it that way. She dyes it and bleaches the ombre and stuff. Shay naturally has dark brown hair, but black hair is goth, so she dyes it black. So that's something I have in common with Shay. I like to dye my... If I had to do a normal hair color, my default is black, not my real hair color. I'm actually probably going to be touching up my hair this weekend. I never used to do my own hair up until very, very, very recently. But I can't exactly afford to go to a specialist. And the person I would normally go to is 2 hours away from me now. And as much as I love her and she's amazing and gives me a great discount and whatnot, I really don't have the time or money to go see her. I would love to see her just to see her in general kind of thing, but I can't do that. And technically I could hop on the train and go see her instead of just drive, but I would have to pay for the train. And I don't have money. But yeah, so the only things I'm actually really doing to my hair though on my own is bleaching my roots. My hair is kind of a dark enough color that I can get away with not needing to dye my roots when the black grows out, the black half grows out. So I don't really worry too much about that. But I am touching up my roots for the blonde half. And all the murder pics, I totally forgot that Shay had like, the fishnet petticoat. I'm determined. I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to get all 4 of these murder pics drawn on the stream right now. The first stream, I just got really, really hungry, and that's why I had to end it when I did. I mean, to be fair, it was pretty long already, and I was kind of being harassed while I was doing it. That's right, Shay's like grabbing her by the hair. Why did they position her hand like that? I'm ready for a nap. I'm a little boy. I just want to go to bed. I'm going through puberty. Who the fudge is outside there? I just heard a door outside my bedroom area, and so that means someone either was in my bathroom or maybe the closet area. I don't know. No one lives. People don't generally go into that area. So I'm just kind of like, who's outside my room? Who's doing what? I'm a sleepy boy. I'll nap when I go to my girlfriend's place. And I'm falling asleep after finish this stream. So I'll probably, if I do some more live streams. Why are you clawing you moved the blankie from my leg skin and then dug your claws in. I love you, I do, but can you not show me just how much you love me with your claws? What is going on with me right now? There you go. That's much better. I feel like her face keeps on getting squarer and squarer each time I drew the murder pics. I didn't mean for it. And one of my friends is just fine to the idea of my transgender dating game. Would you all like to date Shay? I'd like to date Shay. No, she's murdering people, but I'd like to... Naked divisions? This person, this friend particularly wants to actually do a collab with me or some sort of they want to do something with me in general, specifically on trans positivity, and so they're totally jumping up on this idea I already have that I proposed to them of the C.S.R. transit. I haven't told anyone what I decide to name it, but the name I have for when I cross over my trans characters. I actually did draw my trans characters going to T camp. I have a shit ton, but so it was a handful of them. It wasn't actually all of them. But yeah, the crossover name is called C.S.R. Transits. That's why it would be the C.S.R. Transit is the name of the game, because they're all C.S.R. characters, you know. And I'm a narcissist. I need to say my name as much as possible. C.S.R. 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 You won't summon me if you say my name as many times as possible, but you'll make me happy. You know, it actually made a lot of sense that I really liked being called C.S.R. because not only did it recognize me as an artist, but it was a very neutral name, gender neutral name. And so it was very nice to be called that. And I really liked being called. My first like baby steps to being closer to being called, not my legal name. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate my legal name. And I do plan on keeping it in my name when I officially legally change it. So I don't like to call it my dead name per se, especially since I'm non-binary, and so I found a way to kind of mix it in with my preferred name. I went silent again. Oh, my leg's going to sleep. It'd be like a decent idea because no one wants to see my face. And apparently those who do want to flurf it. I should just set up so you can see actually the sketch of what it is that I'm lining right now. Instead. Of having my face. Luna, don't leave. Luna, don't leave me. Please. You keep me safe on the stream. You keep people away. You either get people to come on or you get people to stay away. But people that stay away are, not people I want on my stream anyway, so it all works out in the end. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, bye-bye, Luna. I love you. Take care. Take care, sweet chums. Alright, and for their faces. I just realized something. Wait. Okay. Just checking. Let me see if my... Yeah, okay. Just checking. So I purposely, for the most part, I gave everyone the same teeth color, except two specific characters, and that was Chuckles and Elijah. Chuckles got really bad teeth, but Elijah's got, somewhat tintedly bad teeth. But I want Chuckles to have, really yellow teeth, because it kind of shows that, he smokes a lot, doesn't take care of his hygiene in certain aspects. Drinks a lot. Family members suggest an idea of jumping in the pool because it's pretty warm today. And the thought did cross my mind earlier. It really did. But at the same time, I'm also going to be leaving. And I don't really want to change in and out of my clothes constantly. I'm getting boring again. So, fuck these birds, am I right? My God. Stop saying main notifications. Once upon a time I thought, what's the one thing I haven't got? There's not a single thing in this world I couldn't buy. That's when a gentleman caught my eye. Once or twice we went around. Now I'll tell you the thing I found. I shouldn't make a move until you know the price. 'Cause gentlemen are nice. Just because I leave him all alone for days, and I occasionally forget his name. I think I already screwed that up. I guess the one I sang about saying fight like a girl is that it kind of implies that you don't have to be a girl in order to do so, because even has the line, even if you're only a boy, you can fight like a girl. Don't get me wrong, it is kind of bashing men, glorifying women, bashing men. But it implies that you don't have to be a girl to be able to say that. And I do like that. I don't have to basically lose that because I'm trans masculine or whatever. I could still feel like a girl and be proud. I could still be proud of the fact that I'm AFAB. Just because I'm trans doesn't change that. And it took a while for myself to kind of accept that was the case. Because, well, I'm not ashamed to be a woman. I don't have a problem with females. I'm not misogynistic or blah, 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 blah. But I'm just not a woman. And that's kind of an acceptance I had to get to myself. Is like, this doesn't mean anything bad. I could still be proud of the fact that I'm an AFAB and support women, but doesn't mean I am one or have to be one to do so. Because we want men to support women as much as anything and whatnot. I'm getting so much text right now. I wonder if that actually affects my stream, since my phone is where I'm streaming the video footage from. Oh, eyebrows. So yeah, I think actually the fact that my sister is like, oh, let's jump in the pool, is probably explains what was going on outside my room, because there's a linen closet outside my room. So she probably was just grabbing beach towels or swim towels, whatever you want to call them. Actually gives me an idea. Let's see. I feel like my sketch looks better, but that's life. That's life. So I had a friend, in fact, this is like one of the first times I had actually met them, and I kind of was just talking about a bunch of crap that was going on in my life. And so they drew a portrait of me, and I love the way they drew me, for one, and two, because I wore a lot of buttons on my vest, and so they drew a button, and the button says "fuck" on it, because just like, well, fuck all this, and I'm holding a piece of poop. And they drew an arrow pointing at it saying life, and I'm saying I don't want this because life is shit. Just like a lot of stuff was going on at the time. I was about to come out to my family. I was breaking up with my fiance. It was just a lot was happening all at once. February is very eventful, especially around Valentine's. Not on Valentine's, just around it. Once I get this one done, I'm gonna end the stream. So I've been streaming long enough. I like power drive through the ones from yesterday, but to be fair, they were pretty simple, pretty easy to do. The reason I'm kind of setting a division for her, like her bang area, is so that it makes it easier for me when I'm coloring. It really does. I'm a lazy sack of shit, and I'm not afraid to tell you all that. Go ahead and call my art lazy. I'm not making you pay for it. I actually don't do, I mean, I'm not opposed to doing commissions, but I've never, I had a friend that wanted to commission me to do stuff, but we never got around to it. But, I don't offer commissions. I will do art for free, but if people want to pay me, they are more than welcome to, but I don't ask for money in exchange for art, even though that's like probably the only way I'm going to be making any money right now. It's hard getting a job in a small town. And now that I'm trans, Alice trans, now that I'm becoming visibly trans, I don't know what that's going to be like in regards to work. Because I don't feel like I passed just yet. So, I'm going to have to figure that one out, right? I just realized I gotta make a Sprite for, when after she's murdered someone, the knife has to be bloody. Crap. I'm gonna write that down. Note to self. Eden freckles. Bloody knife. Sprite. Alright, back to art. Malu. I think Molly's a cute name. Also, totally, Molly was a good girl and she knew the reasons why, so when she went into the bathroom, she would never come outside. She was a good girl, and it felt great to be alive. She's a good girl. Oh my freaking girl. I love being part of group text. I love it so much. I think because my dad loves it so much too, that's why he made that snide comment that he did. So I had mentioned my sister was like, oh, it's great temperature for the pool. So she did that in like the family group text, the household group text specifically. And so like my mom was like, oh yeah, well I'm at an appointment, and then my dad's like, hard to do from work. He's probably is annoyed that he's getting group text over something that doesn't affect him right at this point in time. So I am also going to have to suffer for that. By getting all these frickin' frackin' texts. Moments of silence. What was I gonna say? I shot the idea toward my girlfriend about like, hey, when you get here, do you, instead of just going straight home, you want to hang out in my pool? You, me, and the pool, being gay, with or straight with more steps. I do love that joke when you've got a trans masc and a trans femme together. Straight with more steps? Wait, is this gay or is this straight with more steps? Doesn't help I'm non-binary, so it's like gay and straight at the same time. And not any of the above while we're at it. Wait. And that's Shay's leg? Yeah, okay, that's Shay's leg. That too is Shay's leg. Okay, my bad. I had a feeling she'd probably say something like that. She's like, I don't have a swimsuit. I'm like, that's valid, and it's a fair argument. Just a couple of trannies in the pool. Sitting by the fire. Murder be thy way out. Murder be thy way out. I do love Shay's prom dress. I had a relatively gothic prom dress myself. Not nearly as cool as Shay's. It was a pretty neat dress. Here's my problem when I went prom shopping. Prom dress shopping. So I hate bedazzle. I hate glitter. I hate sparkly things. I hate pink. I know, so stereotypical. I hate pink. So guess what most prom dresses are? Sparkly and bedazzle. That's where I went. The dress I ended up going with did have beading to it, but it was really prettily done. So it was like an exception, you know. It's like, okay, this is well done. I like this. I can get behind this. Also, here was my thing. I wanted to look for a Victorian-esque styled dress. And when we told that to the person that was going to help us, she was like, I don't know what that looks like, so I'm going to go look in the back to see. Kind of thing, you know, like I'm gonna search it up online, but while I do that, you guys can feel free to look around. And so when she finally came back, she's like, okay, so the closest I can think of to what we might have like that are the quinceañera dresses. And I'm like, oh no, New quinceanera and Victorian gowns are not. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that word, by the way. But those are not. No. I think Victorians might have had a heart attack if they saw a quinceanera dress. That's not me saying anything bad about quinceanera dresses. I'm just saying, like, I don't think Victorians would. They would clutch their pearls and drop their monocles, you know. My girlfriend, your girlfriend, sitting by a fire. I know that's not the lyrics, but that's all I got. I love the scene in Tank Girl. I know, random, where to get the guy to stop harassing Jet, Tank Girl or Rebecca goes up to her and is like, "Hey, yo, stop harassing my girlfriend!" And she kisses her, and so she kisses Jet, and so Jet starts like, after he walks away because he's disgusted by them being, you know, gay or confused or I don't know. She's like, "Oh, thanks, that worked," you know, and Tank Girl takes a moment and thinks, and then she sly smiles and she turns to her, "What worked?" And then Jet's just like, I think we all need that friend that'll pretend to be your special other to get the creeps off you. Whether they be same sex, different sex, whatever. I mean, to be fair, you're more likely to be left alone if you're a female with a male, you're more likely to be left alone especially if you're being harassed by a male. Because sometimes they might take it as an open invitation, be like, "Oh, well, maybe you're bi, or that's kind of hot, or, you know, some really stupid things. Or can I watch?" And you can tell I'm speaking from personal experience. But no, so, and I'm not saying at all that this is typical male behavior. I'm just saying typical of the males that flirt with you and need that kind of warding off. They're probably gonna have the mindset of that. And I'm not saying females don't do it either. I'm sure there's some crazy ass bitches out there. I'm not saying non-binaries don't do this either. Just because someone's trans or non-binary doesn't suddenly absolve them of being not a bigot. Because someone's gay or whatever doesn't make them suddenly absolved of any sins or crimes. I shouldn't use the word sins. That implies like religious connotations. But you all get what I'm saying. I mean, I was so tempted to jokingly say we should skinny dip to my girlfriend, but like, there's no way we could actually skinny dip because, well, my family kind of lives here. My girlfriends are so gay. They keep flirting, or not flirting, but they keep crashing on baristas. Do you want to bet you could trick someone to thinking that barista is like the female form of a female bartender? Like if someone didn't know any better and they heard the term barista for the first time and they're like, "What is that?" And like, "Oh, it's a female bartender." Oh. As annoying as some things are with it, or it's not perfect, but at least English tends to have a good amount of non-gendered or some gender neutral. Where did it start? It's the full freaking. It has a good amount of gender neutral terms. Now, where we don't have gender neutral terms is things like uncle, aunt, niece, and nephew. And here's the thing, I don't just want it as a trans person, I want it as an author. So I don't have to freaking type out, like aunts and uncles or parents, siblings, or whatever the fudge. I would like just one word that I could use, please. That would make life amazing. That's what C.S.R.'s live streams are, just me ranting. I'm not, like I said, nothing to do with being trans or politically correct, just it's annoying. I mean, okay, as a trans person, it's annoying that I don't have like a neutral term for my niece to call me that isn't going to be made up or in another language. What made it actually worse was that, now saying worse makes it bad, but her father and second language is going to be Spanish. And that's a very gendered language. Romantic languages in general are very gendered. So I was like, oh, I'll look up whatever. Oh, wait, no. The second language she's going to be doing is Spanish, and so it's going to be worse. There's definitely not going to be a term. I am part German, so at least there's like a lot of gender neutral terms in German. That's not the language she's learning, though. So my sister, the mother, didn't want to do a German word. I would totally love to be called Tonko, though. Be her little Tonko. Be her little. I mean, I'm little. I'm very little. My name means little king of the fairies. I am very little. And tell you what I act. And tell you what I like, how I act, and tell you how I speak. The people you love don't love you if they say I never drew her teeth anyway. I might be kind of speeding through these a little bit, and that's probably showing, but you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care, I don't care. My dad likes to sing that a lot. That is the new alive. A gothic play revival, the last act of the show. That is the new alive. Life's only living rival, a casket built for two. I know I messed it all up. Sing the song I'll never win. I'm tone deaf, you see, and filled to brim with hypocrisy. So take me now or take me never. I won't wait, you're already late. There we go. Oh, and then her cheeks. Oh, her. I don't know what to call that. Bun. Have to drink it colored yet or lined yet. I think I purposely made it so that each time, each murder, it gets more and more messy. Opa. Oh god, it looks so weird without her lipstick. Alright. So that's where I'm gonna leave off the stream. I am tired and I gotta get ready for my girlfriend and whatnot. Who knows, maybe I will take up my sister on the offer of jumping into the pool. But thanks for anyone who watches in the future, because, you know, no one stopped by the stream, and if they did, they probably stopped for like a second. But yeah, so thank y'all, or anyone that did show up, or watch in the future. Y'all valid, and I hope you have a great one. Thank you.